And thanks for joining us here back at the EBA Top 40 workout. This is the final game. Final game here at the 2018 through 2020 division here. Nice little stop and pop jumper there by Sydney Jackson. Jackson out of Sewanee, Georgia. She'll be attending North Gwinnett High School. The Lady Bulldogs will be happy to see that sort of mid-range jumper. She makes it a 2-3 ball game here early on. Coming the other way is Anderson. She'll push it ahead. And looking to strike again there was Jackson. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot one free throw, which will count as two if she makes it. Marcus Burnett joined on the microphone by Chris Watkins here at the Top 40 workout. Chris, this first session has really flown by, man, as we approach the last game.
Anytime you can get in the gym, it always seems like the day goes by so fast. You know, you're watching great competition, get a chance to both eval, broadcast. Make sure we promote the players as much as possible on social media. So you're right, this first session has flown this morning.
Yes, the games have only gotten better as the day has gone on. And hard for the tone not to be set on a very positive note when you have the first game going to overtime, as we had with a sudden death bucket being scored by Caroline Wasaki. This matchup of Team 5 versus Team 6. Ball sticking a little bit too much there is going to be taken away. And finished on the other end, number 109, that's Sydney Spencer out of Marietta, Georgia. Spencer with the bucket. She'll have a seat as we've got a batch of substitutions on both sides. Number 49 coming in for team. Look at some of these numbers. We've got some of the team assignments a little bit different, but for Team 6, you've got number 81, Tori Reed, there in the white jerseys. You've got number 184, Kennedy Taylor. As we've got a technical foul going to go against Team 5 for 6 players. Chris, I was wondering what in the world was going on when I saw the ref signal a T. I know Coach Brandon Mayweather and Brandon Clay have had good senses of humor here. I was just wondering what in the world they might have said to get a technical, but it was actually because there were 6 players on the floor.
Yeah, I was wondering how the player was so open underneath the basket, but
you thought it was just a CoachHemi.com set, huh?
Definitely. That's where I go for all of my X's and O's, and you should too, CoachHemi.com.
This is 4-7. 104 Angel Burgos has the ball in her hands, and that's a good place for it to be. Can handle with either hand, and it's shown that here so far. Nice rebound in traffic pulled on there by Tori Reed. Reed looking to get it to a guard. She will get it over to Mallory Hampton. Hampton kicks it to the corner. That jump shot's no good. Unable to keep it in bounds there was Courtney Carruthers. Carruthers out of Maryville, Tennessee. McDaniel with the step back. That'll be a 2, but a good-looking shot.
She did a great job there creating the separation, getting her feet underneath her before she took the shot. It was on balance.
She's out of Piedmont, South Carolina. Let's take a look at that last shot, Chris, real quickly. Talk about nice job of setting it up, step back, money in the bank.
You know, I know we talk about it a lot, but it's just so special what, you know, able to provide in terms of what you bring with the SUVtv. And these players have that, the broadcast. They can go back and watch. They can send it to their grandparents, you know, their parents. They didn't make the trip. They can send it to their friends. It's something they're able to go and look and then watch their game evolve and grow.
Yeah, it's fun when you look at Peach State basketball. Try to provide as we see the finish there. Tori Reed, she's been active here out of Rising Fawn, Georgia. We come across a lot of cool city names, you know, in the line of work that we do. Rising Fawn has to be a pretty unique one. That's there at the top of the list as it's pulled out of there by Trinity Jones. But But back to your point, Chris, when you look at the camps and the level of exposure, not just on site, but really how the event and what these young ladies do on the court can kind of live on and be seen beyond the event, it's great for the full game broadcast to kind of play a piece in that, on top of the, you know, the video evaluations and special content pieces that you provide as video director as well. So kind of a nice surround sound approach when it comes to making sure the exposure is maximized.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I know there's a big term that people talk about, you know, being seen and whatnot. And I think in what we provide that there's so many different levels in which a player can be seen, whether it's via Twitter, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's the broadcast, you know, and not to mention the nearly, you know, almost every college in the country takes the recruiting service here on the girls' side, the JumpOffPlus.com, and then on the guys, Brandon Clay scouting and involvement also with On the Radar Hoops. So just so many different avenues in which a player can be seen.
I think Wiseman once said it best. There are definitely levels to it. Trying to take it to another level in this one is Michaela McDaniel. She's already gotten a nice little step-back jumper. She gets that floater to go into the repertoire as well. But I want to take a look back at that last play by Randrea Anderson as you see her kind of get it, use that nice little step, and get the layup drill to go. As we get back to the action, give you updates on some of these substitutions. With the ball now is 106, Ashton Funderburg. Funderburg with the bucket. She's out of Sevierville, Tennessee.
Nice floater there inside, soft touch.
And this is a Peach State basketball event, but by no means is it pigeonholed to just the Peach State. Representatives from South Carolina, Tennessee. We've got a couple Virginia representatives here. So the Carolinas, as well as Georgia and other places represented well. Nice little tray ball coming there. Mackenzie Tyner out of Hull, Georgia. Tyner makes it an 11-13 ball game. Nice job of not giving up on the play, sticking with it and getting an and one as a result. That's number 109, Sydney Spencer. The Marietta, Georgia native makes it an 11-16 ball game. Sydney Jackson definitely probing the defense there. She's in attack mode. She's fouled and she'll go to the line to shoot. Jackson showing a lot of quickness out there. Foul called on the floor as opposed to a shooting foul, so. Looked like Funderburg was looking inside there for Tamaya Hillard. It was stolen away. 3 ball coming. It's off the mark, just off to the right. Long rebound goes out of bounds. Ball back in the hands of Sydney Jackson. Jackson stepping through. Lost the handle for a second, gains it back. Stay with Team 5 there along the baseline. Rebound pulled out of there, number 62, Sydney Blankenship. Three-pointer coming, it's off the mark. Rebound inside, snatched with authority. Team 6 working on the offensive glass. Persistence pays off. That's number 45, Anna McKendry.
They've done a good job this half of just keeping the ball alive inside, creating a number of extra opportunities.
Opportunity created there by Sydney Jackson and finished on the inside by number 192, Tamaya Hillard. Thought Jackson had a couple possessions where she was so focused on attacking. Maybe did it a little too much. But there she comes right back, creates an opportunity for Hillard, who cashes in. So showing that versatility. Weight room move on the inside, but nice defense. That was Brandy Rivers going right at Hilliard. Hilliard able to block it out of bounds. Looks like she blocked it off of the opponent. Substitutions on both sides for the black jerseys. Number 100, Team 5, Randria Anderson. Number 104, Angel Burgos. Number 105, Courtney Carruthers. Number 68, Emily Saris. And number 47, Mackenzie Tyner. Cross-court pass. Shot no good there by Sanderson. That'll be out of bounds. It will go back over to Team 6. Carruthers with it. Looks like we got a foul there on the screen being set by Anderson. Anderson's out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Currently attends Hillcrest Middle. Gotta assume that's a feeder for Hillcrest High School there. Hillcrest program we're familiar with. Going to the free throw line now. And knocking it down there is number 49. That's Michaela McDaniel. McDaniel makes it a 20-13 ball game. Burgo's going to try the three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded out of there by Tori Reed, who's really been active on the glass here in this game. The finish on the inside, that's Kennedy Taylor. She was going to take that baseline jumper, but said, hey, the lane's wide open. When the baseline's wide open, might as well just take the easy deuce. And answering on the other end is Mackenzie Tyner. Tyner makes it 15-22. Reed gets it to the corner. Mid-range shot off the mark. Battling hard on the offensive glass is Kennedy Taylor, but she's going to lose it off of her leg, so it will go back over to Team 5. Sydney Jackson gets it ahead. Here's Hilliard. Hilliard, nice touch off the glass. Hilliard makes it 22-17. Working there on the inside is Taylor. Just hasn't been able to finish the past couple possessions, but not for a lack of effort. Continuing to run the floor well and scoring again is Tamaya Hilliard. Hilliard out of Hartford, Alabama, Geneva County High School. Three from the top of the key by Tori Reed. Anderson trying to answer back, misses that one. The insurance policy on the inside, and Hilliard can't get the putback to go. Meanwhile, on the other end, it's Michaela McDaniel. Three-pointers up. As that will send us into halftime. Be sure to join us in the second half. Want to take a look at Tori Reed. Reed has been able to really rebound the ball well there. We see her knocking down the three-pointer. We'll be back after halftime. And we are back and ready to resume play as we get the second half rolling. Nice work on the inside. The assist by number 191, Brandy Rivers. And the finish on the inside, I believe that was number 62, Sydney Blankenship. Marcus Burnett joined on the mic by Jonathan Hemingway as we get ready to get into the second half of this one. Working on the inside there, 83, Sydney Jackson. She's had an active game so far in this one, Hemi.
Yeah, without a doubt, Marcus. You know, in this camp setting, we've got some familiar names and we got some new names. Sydney Jackson is a kid that's been on our radar for a couple of years now. Plays with Peerless Price and the North Georgia Lady Vols. Really like her game. Quick, active, and as you saw in the first half, you know, can lead the team, get into the lane, find the open player under the bucket and such. But some new names, you mentioned her just a moment ago, 191, Brandy Rivers out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. I always like post players, and you always like post players that are active and productive, and I think Rivers will fit the bill on that.
Nice little step-through move there by Burgos. It'll be called a travel. Coach Mayweather doesn't appreciate that one, but it's been fun to watch Burgos play as there we get a shot of number 191, Brandy Rivers.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with the call, but she does a good job of, you know, creating some space, you know, with the dribble and such. And Brandon did a little distractor move right there and got the defense looking at something else and opened up Rivers on the interior.
Rivers with the easy deuce. It's now a 10-point game. That floater's off the mark. Rivers with the rebound. She'll get it in the hands of Sydney Spencer. Spencer hesitates, then drops it off to Rivers. Nice little dish.
Yeah, good little inside-outside combo teamwork right there by Rivers and 109 there in white. That's Sydney Spencer. Spencer out of Marietta, Georgia.
Jackson kicks it off with a nice little baby jumper, knocked down by Emily Saris.
And again, you see Jackson's ability to get into the lane and find the open teammate, and that's what you want a point guard to do.
Mission accomplished so far on that note. Burgos with the ball up top, guarded by Spencer. Can't get that shot to fall, but she doesn't have to get it to fall for you to be able to see her ability to get to the rack and use that dribble.
Yeah, she did a good job of splitting the defenders right there, and you know, that's a skill that sometimes point guards have to learn over time, you know, with the help defender and, you know, off of a ball screen. But, you know, she understands the timing and, you know, the spacing, all that, and she did a good job once again right there.
Burgos number 104 there in the black jerseys. We have substitutions on both sides. Coach Brandon Mayweather trying to make sure his team gets this camp game victory against Brandon Clay's Team 5 squad. Burgos with it at the top of the key. Feeds it inside. Shot's going to be off the mark. Rebounded there by Kennedy Taylor. Hilliard worked for that rebound, nearly has it taken away by Tori Reed. And we'll go back over to Team 5. Burgos kind of got caught in no man's land there in the air.
Whoa.
Reed with the nice finish.
Yeah, good touch there by Reed. Reed's had a solid game too. Saw her hit the three-pointer in the first half. Did a little bit off the drive there, and awkward looking shot off the wrong foot, but a good touch there with the left hand by Reed.
And it was off the wrong foot. And you see a lot, there are some very good players that do a good job of practicing those off the quote-unquote wrong foot shots. You look at a player like a James Harden and the way that guy drills and the way he gets his shots when he's coming right at you, it's because he really specializes in, you know, making you think he's going to shoot it with one arm based off the foot he goes up off of.
Yeah, without a doubt. Not saying necessarily that Reed's shot was wrong, but you're right. Steph Curry's another guy that comes to mind, and being able to get that shot off, you know, quickly can keep the defenders off balance.
Most definitely him. And I think it's a common thread from how you talked about with, you know, if you're going to pass one way, you fake it the other way. There's an underlying theme there also when you talk about some of the shot dynamics that we mentioned. You know, being able to get the defender thinking one thing is going to happen, meanwhile getting them with another outlet. As Reed gets the steal there, pushes it ahead. Nice block on the inside there by Funderburg, but Team 6 still able to score it.
Yeah, Reed right there on the spot. I like her activity. Reed coming to us out of Rising Fawn, Georgia, up there near the Chattanooga area, as a matter of fact. But she's had a good day here today. Been real active, like her size, her overall skill set.
23-37 ball game. Going to the free throw line now is going to be Ashton Funderburg, another volunteer state representative. You know, Georgia's known a lot for football, good basketball as well, but when you talk about that Tennessee area, very nice hotbed for girls basketball. Good block there by number 184, Kennedy Taylor. Taylor looking to push, gets it ahead to who else other than Tori Reed. Reed can't get the layup to go even though she's everywhere, but she's got reinforcements in Michaela Daniel who scoops and scores.
McDaniel out of Piedmont, South Carolina. She's had a busy day here today, playing a little bit off the ball, but she's right there on the spot to be able to finish that one.
Here's Burgos getting the trip to the free throw line. Can't get it to go, but somehow, right place, right time, and the effort level there. Tamaya Hilliard picks it up and scores. Nice push and drop off there by Trinity Jones, even though they're not going to come away with the bucket. Here's Anderson. Easy bucket inside.
Now, Randria Anderson out of Simpsonville, South Carolina, and right back the other direction is number 49, McDaniel. Finishing my thought there on Anderson. She's going to be a kid that I'll be watching over the years. You know, she's got a lot of athletic ability. She's got some tools as well, too. You see her, you know, being able to handle, pass.
She's number 100 in the black jerseys, for those just joining us.
Yeah, that's right. The athleticism and the skill combined, I think she's only going to get better, and I think she's got a pretty high ceiling. So, you know, you talk about the benefits of EBA top 40 camp here. Getting her on the radar is pretty big.
Scoring that bucket on the inside there, number 191, Brandy Rivers. She's done a good job of finishing on the inside with given opportunities to do so. Nice rebound there along the baseline by number 45, Anna McKendry. Went up high to get that one, had two defenders there in her face. She's out of Flowery Branch, Georgia, attends West Hall High School. So Sydney Blankenship looking to inbound it. She'll get it into McKendry. McKendry guarded by Jackson. Taya Atwater with the ball now. Atwater shot off the mark. Nice rebound and a quick pass ahead by Sears.
Ooh, good hustle.
That was Anna McKendry getting back there to thwart the layup attempt of Mackenzie Tyner. Baseline drive is dropped off. Hilliard unable to get it to go. Nice drive and dish there by Courtney Carruthers. Here's Rivers.
Yeah, good vision there by 109 in white. Sydney Spencer once again. She's had a solid day, running the point position. But speaking of solid, Brandy Rivers having a big second half here.
Oh. Couldn't get that first attempt to go. They inbound the ball, and she makes up for it instantly. Three-pointer off the mark. Long rebound. Was Atwater's initially. They lost it, but it's given right back. As we approach the 5-minute mark here in the final camp game for the underclass division. Plenty of good basketball remaining as we'll have the upper class division on the girls' side of things coming up next after this one, and the boys' division as well right around 5 p.m. Jackson working along the baseline. A lot of bodies over there. Can't get that shot to go. Ball is loose. And I get my first assist of the day.
Put you on the State Farm team, Marcus.
No doubt, man. As Atwater has it stolen away. Nice defense there, but Atwater goes right back and gets it from Sears. Rivers with a little bit of footwork inside. Can't get the first one to go. Second one's too strong. Chased down out of there by Anna McKendry, who's shown a good motor over the past couple minutes. Some key hustle plays. Really got back on defense to knock a layup attempt out of bounds. There we see a good hustle play as well on the 50-50 balls. And again, she's leading the pack. Had a fast break opportunity there. Sydney Spencer got a little tied up there along the sideline. As we look back at how effective Brandy Rivers has been, just has been running the floor, and that was Sydney Spencer with a nice little dish. Rivers finishing inside like she's been able to do all game. You see camp director, Big State basketball owner Brandon Clay talking to his coach, talking to his team there. The players always bring great energy here, Hemi, but I think when you look at the staff in terms of the energy, the excitement right off the bat, it's something that the players can feed off of, but then just the elements that they focus on. It's all about getting better with each game, not just running up and down, jacking up shots.
No question, and once again, Reed there with the finish. And I think that's important from a camp standpoint because it would be easy just to come in here, run up and down, see a bunch of one-on-one ball, but that's never been our objective here with the Elite Basketball Academy. It's always been getting better, a little better each day. Whether that's in a drill, going hard, talking, in a defensive stance, as Brandon was talking about today, or if it's in a camp setting where, you want to learn how to set screens, move the basketball, cuts, taking a little bit of teaching the game of basketball, meeting the exposure, world. And oftentimes we think of those things being exclusive from one another, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case.
Anderson, she's got a lot of buckets on the inside here. There she shows the three-point range. Guard out of Simpsonville, South Carolina, continues to have a good EBA top 40 workout. And you and I talked about feeding the post and the entry pass, and I believe it was during the first half of this game, Brandon Clay came over and says, one thing you cannot say about this camp is that we did not focus on feeding the post.
Yeah.
And it's just funny how you see the theme sort of coming together in multiple elements, a focal point we talk about, and then the players out there really showing their ability to do it as well.
Good point, Marcus. And, one of the things that, big kids don't always like to come to these type of things because it's very guard dominant and guard heavy. And oftentimes the only time they'll touch the ball is off a rebound or something like that. But our coaches do a good job of making sure that the ball is entered, it's passed, it's swung, that you have opportunities for everybody to touch the ball.
Yeah. Burgos gets it to Anderson. Anderson feeds it inside. Second attempt. It's going to earn Emily Sears a trip to the free throw line. Sears out of Dean Rusk Middle School, headed to the charity stripe. This is the free throw, rebound. Anderson. And that will do it here for the camp game segment of the underclass division. We appreciate you joining us here on SUVtv. This does not conclude the EBA Top 40 workouts. Stick with us for the next two divisions that we'll have coming up, the upper class girls as well as the boys division. We appreciate you joining us here, and we'll catch you back here next time.